The rain fell in sheets across the empty streets, turning puddles into rivers under the neon glow of streetlights. Ethan pulled his threadbare jacket tighter around his shoulders as he jogged across the intersection, his work boots splashing water onto his jeans. He'd just finished a double shift at the auto shop. His eyes burned from exhaustion, but as he turned the corner toward his apartment, he stopped short, a figure huddled in the shadows of a bus shelter. A girl sat on the bench, knees pulled to her chest, arms wrapped around herself. Her hair hung in damp ropes, strands clinging to her pale cheeks. Ethan hesitated. He'd learned long ago not to get involved, not when he had an 8-year-old son to think about. But the girl looked up, eyes red-rimmed, wide with fear. "I'm fine," she said quickly, voice shaking. "Just leave me alone." Ethan stayed where he was, hands tucked into his pockets. "It's pouring. Bus won't be here until morning," he said. "You can't stay out here." She glared at him, trying to make herself look fierce, though her teeth chattered. "I don't need your charity," Ethan exhaled, rain dripping from his hair. "Not charity. Just a couch, and maybe a hot shower." She stared at him, like trying to read his intentions. But the wind howled around them, and her shoulders sagged. I lost my bag, and my phone, and my money," she whispered. Ethan nodded once. "Come on. My place is 2 blocks. You can crash on the couch, that's all." The girl hesitated, trembling, then finally pushed herself up from the bench. "Okay," she said softly. They walked through the rain in silence. Ethan kept a respectful distance, watching for danger out of habit. When they reached his apartment building, he unlocked the door and held it open. "My name's Ethan," he said. The girl swallowed hard. "I'm Ava." Inside, the apartment smelled faintly of motor oil and cinnamon toast. A single lamp glowed in the living room, illuminating toy cars scattered on the rug, and a superhero backpack slumped by the door. "Take your shoes off," Ethan said, nodding at the mat. "I'll get you a towel and something dry." Ava peeled off her wet sneakers and stood awkwardly as Ethan disappeared into the hall. He returned moments later with an old hoodie, a towel, and a pair of flannel pants. "Bathroom's down the hall. Water takes a minute to heat." She took the bundle, clutching it like a shield. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, voice small. Ethan rubbed the back of his neck. "Because, once upon a time, someone gave me a place to stay when I had nothing. I figure it's my turn." Ava stared at him, then slipped into the bathroom without another word. Ethan busied himself clearing toys from the couch. When she emerged, her hair damp but clean, he handed her a mug of instant cocoa. "Thanks," she whispered. "You can sleep here. Blanket's already out." He started toward the hall, but she stopped him. "Hey, Ethan?" "Yeah?" "You don't even know who I am." He gave her a tired smile. "Doesn't matter tonight." She blinked fast, like fighting off tears. Ethan disappeared into the bedroom where his son slept. Ava woke to the sound of giggling. She blinked at the slant of morning sunlight across the room. A little boy knelt on the rug, pushing toy cars around, making engine noises. He looked up and beamed. "You're the lady who slept on our couch." Ava sat up, hair a tangled halo around her face. I guess I am." "I'm Jamie," the boy announced. "My dad said you were cold and wet, and he had to save you." Ava laughed weakly. "He's not wrong." From the kitchen, Ethan's voice called out, "Jamie, pancake duty." Jamie scampered off. Ava hesitated, then stood and followed, curiosity tugging her forward. In the cramped kitchen, Ethan flipped pancakes onto a plate. "Hungry?" he asked. Ava eyed the pan. "Depends. Are they safe to eat?" He snorted. Debatable. She grinned, despite herself, and stepped closer. "Can I help? You ever flipped a pancake?" Ava shook her head. "Not once." Ethan handed her the spatula. Guess there's a first time for everything. Ava tried her best. She really did. But the pancake folded in half and stuck to the ceiling for a second before flopping onto the floor. Jamie squealed with laughter. "It's okay," Jamie said. "Dad drops stuff all the time." Ava covered her face with her hands, giggling. "You're both hopeless," she declared. Ethan grinned. Good thing hopeless makes for good company. Later, as they sat around the tiny table, Ava stared at the golden brown pancakes on her plate. "These are not bad," she admitted. "Don't sound so shocked," Ethan said. She looked down at her mug. "I haven't eaten breakfast with people in a long time." Ethan tilted his head. Everyone deserves breakfast. Over the next few days, Ava stayed. She helped Jamie with math homework, learned how to change the oil in Ethan's old truck, folded laundry until her arms ached. One evening, Ethan came home to find her standing in the kitchen holding a gold bracelet. It glittered under the fluorescent light, delicate and expensive looking. Ethan froze. "That's not from the thrift store, is it?" Ava's hand closed around the bracelet. "I forgot it was in my coat pocket," she said, voice trembling. Ethan watched her silently. "Who are you, Ava?" She swallowed hard. I'm someone who's tired of being told what my life should look like." Ethan crossed his arms. "You lied." "I didn't lie," she whispered. "I just didn't tell you everything." Ethan's voice softened. "That's still lying, Ava." She blinked back tears. "I'm the daughter of Harrison Wells, the hotel guy." Ethan let out a slow exhale. "The Harrison Wells?" She nodded miserably. "I didn't want anyone to find me, not after everything." He tilted his head. "Everything?" "My father decided who I'd marry, where I'd work, who I was allowed to love. I ran, and I didn't want to go back." Ethan stared at her for a long moment. "I don't care about the bracelet," he said quietly. "I care that you didn't trust me." Ava's eyes filled. "I wanted to be just me, not my last name." The next morning, 2 black SUVs were parked outside Ethan's building. Men in dark suits stood beside them, scanning the street. Ava's breath hitched. "They found me," she whispered. Ethan stood beside her, jaw tight. "Stay here," he said. But as he stepped toward the men, Ava followed. A tall man stepped forward, his hair silver, suit immaculate. His eyes locked onto Ava. "Ava, let's go," he said. Ethan blocked his path. "She's not leaving unless she wants to." The man narrowed his eyes. "Who are you?" Ethan lifted his chin. "Someone who gave her a couch when she needed it." Ava's voice was trembling. "Dad, please." Harrison Wells stared at her. "I've spent 5 days searching for you. Do you have any idea what that did to your mother? To me?" Ava swallowed. "I'm not a possession, Dad. I'm a person." Harrison's jaw clenched. "You're coming home." Ethan turned to her. "Ava, you don't have to go." She looked at both men, tears spilling over. "Yes, I do," she whispered. Then she stepped past Ethan and climbed into the SUV. The door slammed shut. The convoy pulled away, leaving Ethan standing on the wet sidewalk. Days passed. Ethan went to work, came home, made dinner for Jamie. But his eyes were dull. Jamie asked once, Is the couch lady coming back? Ethan just said, I don't know, buddy. It was nearly midnight when a knock sounded on the door. Ethan opened it and froze. Ava stood there, hair tangled from the wind, eyes bright with determination. I'm not staying the night, she said, voice shaking. I'm staying for good. He stared at her, words stuck in his throat. Ava stepped closer. I don't care about money, or mansions, or any of it. She touched his chest. I just care about a man who makes pancakes that sometimes stick to the ceiling. Ethan laughed, though his eyes were damp. Jamie ran into the room, squealing. You came back! Ava scooped him into her arms. I missed my pancake partner. 3 months later, Ethan's truck was parked at the edge of a farmer's market. A wooden sign leaned against it. Ethan's auto and pancake stop. Free oil checks. $2 pancakes. Ava flipped pancakes on a griddle built into the truck's tailgate. Jamie handed out cups of juice. People lined up, chatting and laughing. Ethan watched her, unable to stop smiling. Sometimes love comes crashing into your life like a storm, and sometimes it arrives quietly, in the shape of a girl sitting in the rain. Thank you so much for listening tonight. If this story brought you comfort or swept you away into another world, give it a like and share it with someone who might need a gentle escape. And don't forget to subscribe to Dreamy Drama Stories for more cozy tales of unexpected twists, heartfelt moments, and journeys that linger long after the lights go out. Until the next story, may your dreams be warm and full of wonder.